As World War II ended and the Allies celebrated victory over fascism, a secret operation was already underway that would reshape the Cold War and America's future. Operation Paperclip, a classified program that smuggled over 1,600 Nazi scientists, engineers, and technicians into the United States, giving them new identities, lucrative careers, and a chance to escape justice for their war crimes. The man who designed Hitler's V2 terror weapons became the father of America's space program. Doctors who conducted horrific medical experiments on concentration camp prisoners found new careers in US hospitals and universities. The question isn't whether America recruited Nazi scientists. It's how many war criminals we welcomed with open arms, and whether the technology that put Americans on the moon was built on a foundation of genocide. In the final months of World War II, Allied intelligence discovered that Nazi Germany had developed weapons technology decades ahead of anything the United States possessed. V2 rockets, jet engines, guided missiles, and even preliminary work on atomic weapons, all created by German scientists who were now available for recruitment as the Reich collapsed. President Harry Truman authorized Operation Paperclip in August 1945 with a clear directive: recruit valuable German scientists, but exclude anyone who had been an active Nazi party member or participated in war crimes. The official justification was simple: deny this technological advantage to the Soviet Union, which was conducting its own program to capture German scientists and technology. The operation was presented as a temporary expedient. These scientists would help America understand German technology, assist with the ongoing war against Japan, and then return to Germany. What actually happened was something far more extensive and permanent. Over the next decade, Operation Paperclip brought 1,600 German specialists to America, gave them security clearances, and integrated them into the most sensitive projects in American defense and space exploration. The crown jewel of the program was Wernher von Braun, the brilliant engineer who had developed the V2 rocket. By 1960, he was leading NASA's rocket development program. His Saturn V rocket would eventually carry Americans to the moon, making him a national hero and the public face of America's space program. But declassified documents reveal that Operation Paperclip violated its own stated principles from the beginning. Intelligence officers systematically falsified background reports, hiding evidence of war crimes and Nazi party membership to make valuable scientists appear clean. The paper trail shows a deliberate cover-up that reached the highest levels of government. Wernher von Braun's real history was far darker than his NASA biography suggested. He was not just a rocket engineer who happened to work for Nazi Germany. He was an SS officer who personally selected slave laborers from concentration camps to build his V2 rockets. An estimated 20,000 prisoners died constructing his weapons, more than were killed by the rockets themselves. Dr. Hubertus Strughold, who became known as the father of space medicine at NASA, had conducted high-altitude experiments on prisoners at Dachau concentration camp. Subjects were placed in pressure chambers and subjected to conditions that killed dozens of victims. His research formed the foundation of American aviation medicine and astronaut training programs. Dr. Kurt Blohm, who had overseen biological warfare experiments for the Nazi regime, was hired by the US Army Chemical Corps despite clear evidence of his war crimes. He had conducted plague experiments on concentration camp prisoners, and was directly linked to the deaths of hundreds of victims. The scope of the cover-up extended beyond individual cases. Intelligence officials created false documentation, destroyed incriminating evidence, and coached Nazi scientists on how to answer questions about their wartime activities. Some scientists who should have faced war crimes tribunals were instead given security clearances for America's most sensitive projects. Operation Paperclip raises profound questions about American values and the lengths to which the government will go to maintain technological superiority. If Nazi war criminals helped create the modern American military-industrial complex, what does that say about the foundations of our national security apparatus? The necessary evil theory. Defenders argue that Operation Paperclip was an unfortunate but essential response to Soviet recruitment of German scientists. Without these specialists, America might have lost the Cold War and the space race. The moon landing, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and jet aircraft technology all benefited from German expertise. From this perspective, the moral compromise was justified by the strategic necessity. The moral corruption theory. Critics argue that Operation Paperclip fundamentally corrupted American institutions by normalizing the recruitment of war criminals. By prioritizing technological advancement over justice, America sent a message that scientific value could excuse any crime. This precedent may have influenced later controversial programs involving torture, assassination, and human experimentation. The continuing influence theory. Some researchers believe that Nazi scientists didn't just contribute technology to American programs. They shaped the institutional culture of agencies like NASA and the military-industrial complex. The hierarchical, compartmentalized structure of these organizations may reflect German organizational methods brought by paperclip scientists. The hidden technology theory. The most speculative theory suggests that Nazi scientists brought knowledge of advanced technologies that remain classified today. Some UFO researchers point to Operation Paperclip as the source of alleged secret aerospace programs. While unproven, the fact that so much paperclip technology remained classified for decades leaves room for speculation about what else might have been hidden. The most troubling aspect of Operation Paperclip may be how thoroughly it succeeded in rehabilitating war criminals. Many paperclip scientists lived comfortable lives in America, received honors and awards, and died peacefully in their beds, never facing justice for their crimes. Operation Paperclip remained classified for decades, with full details only emerging through Freedom of Information Act requests in the 1970s and 80s. By then, most of the Nazi scientists had died, taking their secrets to their graves. The moral reckoning never came. Today, the legacy of Operation Paperclip is everywhere. GPS satellites navigate using principles developed by German rocket scientists. Medical procedures trace their origins to research conducted in concentration camps. Space exploration technology bears the fingerprints of men who use slave labor to build weapons of terror. The ethical questions raised by Operation Paperclip remain relevant as America continues to face choices between moral principles and strategic advantages. In the war on terror, in competition with China, in the race for technological supremacy, how far should America go to maintain its edge? Was Operation Paperclip a necessary evil that helped America win the Cold War and reach the moon? Or was it a Faustian bargain that corrupted American institutions and set dangerous precedents for prioritizing results over justice? The men who escaped justice through Operation Paperclip are long dead. But the institutions they helped build, the technologies they developed, and the precedents they established continue to shape American policy today. Perhaps the most disturbing truth about Operation Paperclip is how completely it succeeded in achieving its goals. America did gain technological superiority. We did win the space race. We did develop the military capabilities that helped us win the Cold War. But at what cost? And what does it say about American values that we were willing to embrace war criminals as heroes, as long as they could help us reach the stars? The rockets reached the moon. The war criminals escaped justice. And America must live with the knowledge that some of our greatest achievements were built by some of history's greatest villains. What do you believe about Operation Paperclip? Was it justified by its results, or did it compromise the very values America claimed to defend?